yebo, welcome to Watch Me Build It, and welcome to Namoki's 5th birthday. My plan is to launch this video on the 5th birthday of Namoki, and this is a build using parts from their store. Before we go any further, please make sure you've subscribed. Please press the like button for this, and then have a look below. Follow my link below this video through to the Namoki store. If you use that link, it is an affiliate link, and I will receive a bit of commission from all of the purchases you make, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Further to that, there will be discount codes below. Some of them are going to be applicable purely for Namoki's 5th birthday, and they're going to be really good discount codes. But if you're watching this video after their birthday has come and gone, there will be our standard discount codes that will give you a better price in the Namoki store. So today is the build video for the NMK940. It's a case and strap set from Namoki, and it homages the GS SBGW line of dress watches. I've done an unboxing of this particular set of parts, but today we're going to be building 3 watches using 3 separate dials. Just a heads up, this is not an in-depth build. This is a fly-through build. If you want the in-depth videos, there's a link up at the top right now for a video called 1, 2, 3 Build It with Namoki. It's a detailed step-by-step video on how to build a dress watch. There's one part missing, and that is how to cut the stem to size. So here's another link to a different video. If you go to the 8-minute and 50-second mark in that video, you'll see details on how to resize a stem. So for those of you who are needing the detailed instructions, that's where you can go. But if you just want to enjoy the build, please enjoy this one and see how it all turns out. So here we go. What are the tools for the build today? So I'll work from left to right. We have the NH movement holder, a 10 times loop with a glasses clip because I wear glasses. We have a spring bar tool, some pegwood, a nice pair of tweezers. We have the minute and hour setting tool. We have the second setting tool. We have a screwdriver that can remove and replace the rotor on the movement. Over here we have a bit of watchmaker's oil and an oiler. We have the case back installation tool or screw down tool. We have a cloth for cleaning. We have a watch case holder, which is different of course to the movement holder. We have a movement cushion. We have a gasket lubrication case. We have some Loctite for when we install the crown. We have a marker because we're going to be cutting and shortening the stem. We have a puffer, a pair of pliers, and side cutters. And then of course below everything is a beautiful silicone mat that is used for watchmaking as well as for cell phone repairs. Alright, then to run through the parts for the build that we're going to be using over here, we've got the NMK940 PL. That is the dress watch case that's homaging the GS style watches. We've got a slimline case back and a case back gasket. I bought an NH35 movement because 2 of my dials have got date windows. If you're only going for no date, take an NH37 because it doesn't have a date. You won't have a ghost position. Along with the movement is the stem. We'll be needing to trim that stem. Then we've got this part here, 70058, and that is the Dauphine hands. Sorry, they look dirty, but it's just the outside case that's got a bit of a smudge on it, but that's the Dauphine hands. And my intention is to use the Dauphine hands with the 2 GS dials, the sunburst dial and the cream enamel dial. Then we have the 70116 hands. So these are a bit meatier and they've got some nice loom in them. And I thought I needed something a little heavier to go with the beautiful pattern on the Sakura dial. Then we've got the 59050 strap. It comes with a set. It's a leather strap with a buckle. And then we've got the 3 dials. We've got the Sunburst Blue GS dial. We've got the Cream Enamel dial. And we've got the Silver Sakura dial. I've shown a bit about these in the unboxing. I'm not going to put any more detail in this. But let's get on with the build, shall we? And there it is, guys. Okay, thoughts from the bench. Okay, dimensions on this watch. Okay, I'm going on the outer edge and it's 37.2. And you'll notice that there's a bit of a bulb going on the edge over there. So it's 37.2 there. The top of the bezel is like 36.5. Only 11.6 thick, including that sapphire crystal. Lug to lug, just over 44. And then our famous lug width is 19. Well, okay, let's begin outside in. The strap feels like it might be more supple than I expected. Nice looking strap. Very straightforward keeper or buckle, not even branded Namoki. But the strap itself is branded Namoki on the back. Coming around to the case back. Brushed Namoki case back, not polished. Maybe polished would go with this build better, but you know what, it's just the case back. Screws on nicely. As I've said before, it's got a gasket in there, and so you know the water resistance on this watch is going to be better than on the one that it's homaging. Then coming around to the side, case and bezel. Well, that's really where some of the magic begins, isn't it? So first of all, the crown, it winds on and off nicely, feels really good on the NH35 movement. Can't really hear it that much, nice and quiet, screws in nicely. Yeah, and it's a triple seal crown, so good water resistance. The bezel is super shiny. The case itself, super shiny. The lugs dip quite a bit. They don't need to dip tremendously because it's a small case to begin with. But look at this crystal. The crystal is amazing. It's a bubble sapphire crystal. Must be double dome, but you've got nice distortion on the edge. And then coming around to the dial in the hands, this dial is incredible. It's an enamel dial, and it just says dress watch. It says classic all the way through. The Dolphin hands obviously work so beautifully with this build, and look at how they catch the lights. In fact, that's the big deal. The indices are also trapezoidal, and they are chamfered in 4 directions each. You've got double indices at 12, 3, 6, and 9, single indices for all the rest. And it just really is amazing. I love the way the Ross bow pairs up nicely with this whole build, nice and shiny, along with the Namoki logo, which is also applied. And that really is a great build. I'll give you a wrist roll in a second. All right, and there we go. On my 7.25 inch wrist, really looking good. So well sized, actually. It's slender, but not super slim. It's got this nice rounded profile to it, which I think is very, very vintage. And it catches the light from every angle. So there we go. I'm not the smallest wristed guy, but it sits very well. It doesn't seem very small on it, but I think it would still work well on someone at 5.5 or 6 inches as well. So what did you think? I really think that came out really, really well. I love that cream enamel dial. I love the Dolphin hands. I love the shine on this case. And I just think, well done, Namoki. Namoki, what I would say is carry on. Let's do another GS case, but let's do something from the kind of the more modern catalog, something with the clean cut lines and kind of the contrast between brushed and polished surfaces. I know I'm asking a lot, because now we're asking you to do finishing that kind of maybe won't be the same standard as that set by GS, but will at least pay homage to the way that they've done it. At the beginning of the video, you would have seen 2 other dials. There was a Sunburst Blue dial and there was a Sakura dial. I'm going to play out with footage of the build on those 2. Enjoy that, and you can see how different a build can look using different dials. And as it turns out, I'm wearing the Sunburst Blue dial today. Let me see if I can get that in focus. And I think of the 3, the Sunburst Blue is my favorite. With the enamel dial GS coming second. I love the Sakura dial. Kind of think it might be a bit too powerful for a simple case like this. It probably does belong in a diver of some kind, or maybe even something with the GMT bezel on it. Maybe in the future I can look at something that'll give the Sakura dial the visual anchor that is necessary for all of the action that's taking place on the dial. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the play out footage of the 2 other dials, and we'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to celebrate Namoki's birthday with the discount codes below. Cheers.